Hi. I'm hoping that my friends can see me now. I was actually using my business page and I'm not sure why I wasn't visible there. But if you can see me here now, please give me a thumbs up in the comment box. Then I will know that I am now visible because I was basically hovering around the place. Let's see. Okay. I'm just trying to see something here. Hi. I'm so sorry. I was a few minutes late. Actually, I joined before the scheduled time, but technology can happen to you sometimes when you are looking at doing these things, especially if you're doing it for the first time. I have done some live sessions before, but I basically did them on Instagram. So for Facebook Live, this is actually my first time. So bear with me as I deal with the technology around it and around my face to be sure that people can see. Okay. I'm just trying to see who is having issues or challenges joining. I honestly have to get my hang of how this thing really works to be sure that I'm doing the right thing. Okay. Bear with me if I actually didn't set up my systems right. The first time is always like that. You just find yourself not doing the right thing, but I think we basically have to start. I can see that one or two people have been able to join. So for me, that's a whole lot already. So hi everyone. Hi. If you're able to find yourself in this space to watch this streaming, please do me well to comment your location. I'll really be happy to know where people who are streaming this session would be coming from. It will mean a lot to me to know that I'm dealing with people from various locations. So I may not be your regular face here, but I feel like a few people may have seen my videos in the past. I do a lot of videos that I post on my Instagram page. So I'll start basically by introducing myself, especially for people who do not know me one-on-one or people who have never ever seen anything I have posted online. So for the sake of those people, I'm just going to be introducing myself and then we'll get right into the reason for the session today. So my name is Michelle. Professionally, I'm a study abroad expert. That's what everyone who is close to me, everyone who is distant with me knows that I do. I've been in the study abroad industry for about 13 years. Yeah, 13 years or thereabout, and this is my 14th year. And it's been an amazing journey. Like, it's been from growth to growth, and I have found myself where I am at this stage. And then on the other hand, I am also a digital business owner. So I basically, thank you for the thumbs up. So I basically leverage on the online space to sell my business. And truth be told, that is why I am streaming today. That's why we are on this live today. I'm basically here to, share a few challenges that people have reached out to me. People have contacted me to ask a lot of questions. And when I started this journey of promoting my business online, I told myself, if I keep getting the same kind of inquiries for a particular niche, I'll get to understand that this is what people are really looking at on why they are having constraints in getting or leveraging on the online space to sell their business. So that's the niche of which we're going to be talking about today. So welcome again for those of you who are still trying to get in. I tried a couple of times. I was on the other page, the business page, and then I had to move to my personal profile. And I guess that I'm seeing a few people here confirming that they have been able to join in. So thank you so much for taking out the time. Wherever you're coming from, I really appreciate that you're here. So why are we here today? I introduced myself that on the side, I run an online digital business. So that's why I'm here today, to talk to you about how to leverage on the online space, and of course that the fears that a lot of people encounter, or the reason why a lot of people don't want to leverage on the online space to own or start up their own businesses. And like I said, I'm doing this video because I've gotten a lot of DMs, people asking me questions, certain specific questions. And I feel most of those questions are around the same kind of niche. So coming on live, sharing everything we need to share, and giving room if people want to ask questions, or if people have anything, suggestions. People have different life experiences and they want to also share what they've experienced, maybe to encourage somebody who is also dealing with those fears. So on the side, as I said, I do an online business. I run an online business that has been effective for the past couple of months before I basically started running ads and promoting the business. So most of you may have seen a few of my videos popping out there, and me talking about my online business and encouraging you to join. So first of all, I'd like to start by why I actually decided to leverage on the online space. I introduced myself and I said I've been in the industry where I work for about 13 years. That doesn't mean I've been in one organization. I've moved from about 3 organizations in the last 13 years, and it's been an amazing journey. But sometimes you get to that point in your life where you are asking yourself, what next? That's the point I actually got to and found myself here. Sometime last year, after I got a lot of things settled out for me here in Canada, I started surfing online, trying to find what else I can do on the side to add to what I currently do as a study abroad expert. I wanted to learn something new outside of, knowing the same thing. I'm grateful for my industry. I'm happy to be where I am. I'm happy with the fact that I'm able to help people achieve their goals of going to study abroad. A lot of times people are clueless, and the fact that I can make a change in their need makes me really happy, and I'm still doing so well in that space. But then I started yearning for something new. What else can I do to add to what I already know? I just wanted to learn something new and, leave my comfort zone. And then I started surfing online. I started trying out things. I surfed out there to see how the Airbnb space works, to see how the real estate space works. And then one of those days I was just going around, and I dabbled into a video that a lady posted about, starting your business and owning a business online and how it works. I literally went through that video for a couple of minutes, and moved past. I said, no, this is not what I want to do. But probably because I clicked on that video, and then maybe in my subconsciousness, I started getting inquisitive to know, what's this whole online business about? Is it e-commerce? Is it online networking? I started getting curious. And because of my curiosity, when I get online, when I have the time to go on Facebook or on Instagram, probably because it's in my subconsciousness, those kind of ads or videos started popping out on my space all of the time. If I just go online, I just get to see somebody talking about a digital business. I'll just get to see another person talking about online business. So I started getting even more curious, like, what is this whole online business thing about? Let me really see what's going on there, because for me, I am naturally a very skeptical person. I'm not somebody that will just see things and jump into it. Sometimes I like to do my due diligence before I proceed, and sometimes I'll just move past it. But because I kept seeing loads and loads of videos in that channel popping up, I just said, you know what? I need to really find out what this is all about. And one of those days I clicked on a video I saw, and then it directed me to watch another 60 minutes video. In the morning, I was like, me, sit down and watch this video, I beg. I moved on, you know. And after a couple of weeks, I saw another video that resonates with the same one I tried to watch that I didn't conclude. And I'm like, there's so many people actually leveraging on this online space. What's actually happening here? I'm really open to learning something new. Why not give myself a chance to really know what this is about? So then I found this particular video. I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to watch what this is all about. And I went through it. I saw the video. It was quite a long video, but quite insightful. I got a lot of information, and then I was inquisitive to know more. I just wanted to know what next. How does this business work? I needed access to really see what the products are, what they're selling, how they're structured. They talked about automated systems. They talked about a lot of things. And I said, you know what? I really want to know about this. And when I saw that I needed a fee to get access, I said, I'm going to pay the fee because they told me it's refundable. So I clicked and put in my card and paid the fee, and I got the access. Then I got to see everything, the structures. Then I saw a large community of people, including a few people I know here in Canada. I was like, oh my God. So this is what is actually going on here, and I'm missing out. And the reason I'm actually talking about my experience is basically trying to see if it relates to what you're going through. Because from the inquiries or questions I've gotten in my DM in the last couple of weeks, it actually shows that people have a lot of fears. That's why they are not pushing themselves in the online space. And guess what, guys? It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. Trust me. There are loads and loads of scams out there. So if you're scared and holding back because of your fears, you're not doing anything wrong. But what you'll be doing wrong is not giving yourself a chance to try things out. Because you would wallow in those fears, and people who are actually pushing themselves to take the risk, to do their research and see if this thing actually works, move with it and start growing. And while you're still there saying, oh no, I'm doubtful, I'm not sure this is true, I'm sure these people are just stage managed, I'm sure they pay them to just come online and, you know, tell lies and all of that. No, you need to give yourself a chance at some opportunities that are presented to you. But you only do that after doing your careful research. Like I said, I didn't just jump on one video I saw in one day. It took me a couple of other videos to actually make up my mind to settle down and make an informed decision by asking questions. First of all, I started asking questions, and from the responses I was getting to those questions, I was asking more questions to other people who connect with the same business, just to be sure that whoever I was dealing with from the starting point is actually telling me the truth. And I realized that it's a legitimate business. A lot of people who know me know that I wouldn't dabble into anything that is not legit. I'm that kind of person that doesn't just jump on anything I see out there. I take my time. I'm sure that it's something viable. I'm sure that it's something legit that wouldn't get anyone into trouble. And for me to confidently sit here and tell you about this same business, then you know that it's legit. Another strain or another thing I've seen people ask me about in my DMs is their challenges or their constraints in going into the online space. They feel that the income people get in the online space is not stable, is unstable. Sometimes you can get something, a lot out of it, sometimes minimal, sometimes nothing. Yes, that's actually true. But it all boils down to you. It all depends on you. It depends on the amount of time you put into the business. You can't just set up a business and go and sleep and expect it to grow or expect it to do well. No, that's not how it works. So take for instance, you're starting a normal business. You want to invest your funds into a business that you hope that after a little while, this business should start yielding some reasonable profits. would you just set up the business and go and sleep? No. You set up the business if you want to run it alone for the time being before you probably start getting, creating a team for people to help you. You put in efforts, you try to learn everything about the business, to understand the niche, to understand how that business space works, so that whatever you have invested wouldn't fail. And then you're also thinking about the running costs. I mean, business experts out there, if you consult people before you start your business, will tell you to always have at least 6 to 1 year running costs. That means when you're starting a business, don't start thinking of the profits. The profits will come, but you need to build modalities around getting those profits that would come in later. If you start a business and you feel that the next day you start making profit, it's the reason why a lot of people fail. So somebody in my DM told me, oh, I started one of these network businesses online, and after 2 months, it wasn't yielding anything, and I had to let it go. You let it go. If you had continued, you would have been able to see that you would have made a difference after a certain period of time. One of the things I did when I was trying to make my research about this business I'm into was, each time I contacted anyone to talk to them, I asked them questions. How long have you been in the business? How was it in the first year? How was it in a couple of months when you started? And then I started getting tips and insights. Some of them were sounding the same like the other person, and some of them were actually carved to a particular niche. And then I got to understand that your experience or your growth in your business is going to be different from the other person's own. But as long as you're consistent, as long as you don't give up, there's a chance for you to grow. Just keep fine-tuning things. Do one thing today and see if it works for you. If it doesn't work, move to the next one. As soon as you find what works for you in promoting your business, you can stay on that one for a while and use it to diversify and use it to, push yourself up there. Those are the kind of feedbacks I started getting. And then another thing, when I heard somebody say, oh, I started in 2021 when I came into Canada. Another person said, oh, I started in 2019. I was like, wow, okay, so these people, this community of people I'm chatting with, have been in this business for as long as 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So why still doubt that it doesn't work? And then I got to see how their success stories started, where they started, how they grew, So I just didn't jump into conclusion and said, I want to be in this space. I asked my questions, I did my research, and I was satisfied. And I told myself, if these people are making it because they've put in the time, they've put in the effort, and they've stayed on the course, whether it was working then or not, and it's working for them now, then what's stopping me? And then I also got to see a lot of things about the digital network marketing business, where you have to learn automated systems for a minimal amount. God, I think that's one of the things that actually captured me. I started seeing how I could learn automated systems, sit down, set up things, schedule my posts, schedule things I want to do, go about my business, and then when I have time, I come back and check it, how it's doing. I just knew that this is something for me. Another thing that really caught my attention was the flexibility around it. If you're in a 9-to-5 space, maybe you're a banker, you work in the hospital, you work in the real estate sector, wherever you're working, and you're sure that you're in a 9-to-5, you know that you don't have your time. That 9-to-5 is for your employer, it's not for you. But in your online business, you decide how you run your business. And if you stay committed to the cause, you're going to get out what you want to get out. Another thing somebody told me, or a few people told me, is time, the time factor. They don't have time. One of the ladies I spoke to 3 weeks ago said, I don't have time. I'm a mother of 4 in Canada. I have a 9-to-5 job. I do an extra job somewhere. So I'm always out there trying to make money. When I get back home, I have less time to, check up on my kids and put things together. The next day, 5 a.m., I'm up trying to put them together. There's no time. The little time I have in the day, I need it to rest. And I said, yes, that's the truth. That resonates with a lot of us who are in Canada. Trust me, if you newly moved into Canada, I feel like everybody goes through that shock, that switch, especially if you're coming from Nigeria, where you probably have your family members, your siblings, your childhood friends, people you grew up with could always be around, to help you around your house, do the chores. And it's also easy. Getting a nanny is quite affordable. So you have people doing things for you and you're out there working, and when you come home, life is easy. But when you travel abroad, especially as a mother with kids, it's always very tedious. So I could really understand with the lady and her concerns that she didn't think she was going to have any extra time for extras right now. So what I had to tell her was, you need to prioritize. The time, in fact, 24 hours is not enough for most of us. Before now, when I just got into Canada, dealing with school, my work, my kids, I used to sleep for like 5 hours max at night, and I'm awake because my job entails dealing with people from Africa, and because of the time zone difference, I have to be up on time to meet with the teams, to meet with clients, to be sure that everybody is okay, So I was working round the clock. I wasn't prioritizing, but that's one of the things I learned in this business community on how to set up my time. So I have time for my 9 to 5. Mind you, I work remotely, so my case may be different from yours. You may have a job that takes you out of your house, but mine doesn't. But either way, it's still a 9 to 5, So I know when I wake up in the morning, I wake up at 5 a.m. Like, I wake up like at 5 a.m. because I need to do my workouts, I need to do my devotion, I need to catch up with emails, I need to catch up with clients who must have, set up meeting at that time with me, and then I'll give myself a break, put the kids together for school, drop them off at the bus stop, come back and sit on my system, and then I work till 3 p.m. to ensure that I complete my 8 hours of work every day. And after 3 p.m., my kids are already back. I'm picking them up, taking them for their extracurricular activities, ensuring that they have dinner. And when they are done with dinner, I have time. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do this business when I'm done with my day-to-day activity before I finally retire to bed. And I told myself I'm giving myself 2 hours daily to attend to my online business that is my own. Nobody's going to question me on why I'm not pushing myself. But guys, you need to push yourself in this business. The fact that it's flexible and you can set up your time and do it when you want, there are possible chances for you to miss out, or there are possible chances for you to get stuck. But if you allow yourself, if you push yourself and program your time and ensure that you're disciplined enough to go through that plan or the calendar you've put out for yourself, trust me, you're going to succeed. Don't give yourself a whole day without checking how your business is doing and expect that the business will grow, and you expect that the business wouldn't sink in. A lot of on-site businesses fail because of how you go about it, the time and effort you put in it, the kind of strategies you use. And that's the same thing with online businesses. It can also fail too. So it still depends on you, your effort, what you put in. So online businesses are possible. They thrive. The people who go out there to share their testimonies are actually real testimonies. A lot of people have quitted their 9 to 5 in this digital space where I am. Like, they started seeing that this business is legit, it's viable, I can grow with it, I need to put in more time. And if it's going to disturb my 9 to 5, then I need to move on and focus on the business. I've had a lot of people with those kind of testimonies. I've had people who have been in the business for 4 or 5 years. They are still in their 9 to 5 space and calling the business a side hustle. But guess what, guys? The business is yielding way more than what they are doing in their 9 to 5. But it took time. It took commitment. It took effort. It didn't happen overnight. one word or one sentence or one phrase I like to use in my videos is to tell people that the online digital business is not a get rich quick scheme. So if you have that mindset that when I start, I need to start seeing results immediately, that's where people get it wrong, and then they have the perception that it doesn't work. You need to come in and understand that you need to give it time. You need to give it time to grow. So I've shared a few fears that I've had people talk about in the past. You know, I don't know. I have a few people here on this live streaming today. Feel free to, post in the comment box. What has been your challenges in doing something new? What have you tried to do, and because of your fears, you refuse to push yourself? If there is anything like that, feel free to share it, because you don't know whom you may be helping out there. The essence of this life today is for us to help each other quit the fears of starting something that can help you, of starting something that can change your life, because it actually changes lives. So when I started, I said I wasn't going to take anybody's time. I said we're going to be here for 15 to 20 minutes max. If we have questions, if we have comments, and we want to share in here, feel free to put them in the comment. Okay, so I have a comment here from Olivia. I want financial freedom. I would look into it. Thank you so much, Olivia. I would really be happy to talk to you at the back end. Feel free to send me a direct message and we can have a conversation on how you can get your business started. You're not going to be alone in the business. You're going to have a mentor. You're going to have a coach. So even though you're going to be setting up your systems at your pace, you still have people you can reach out to, people who hold your hand and tell you, okay, if you do it this way, it can work. Fine tune it, try something different, try it this way because I did it this way and it worked out for me. So you're going to have that kind of support. You're not going to be alone. In fact, when you start the business, you will get to see loads and loads of human beings like you and I thriving, doing well. So give yourself a chance. Don't allow your fears deter you from moving, from pushing yourself. Don't do that. If you did that in the past years, this is a new year. We're still in February. Give yourself a chance to push yourself. Give yourself a chance to learn something new. And while at it, build up your commitment. Be disciplined and be committed to getting these things work. Treat your online business like an on-site business. Just treat it as if you're starting up a new shop space, you want to sell some products, and you want to make profits in this business. I'm sure you put in effort. Put in the kind of efforts you put into your 9 to 5. You're helping someone grow their business. So you can as well put in the same kind of effort to grow your own business. That's how the online space actually thrives. The time you spend when you want to, take a nap and just say, oh, let me take a breather, check what's going on the social media space, that time can just be the time all you need to do with your business and get it pushed. So I'll be here to help you. I'll be here to encourage you all the time. But first, I want to say thank you for those that were able to pop into the first live streaming on us talking about our online digital business. We'll be here. We'll be popping in, time out to talk about different challenges people are experiencing. We'll also be talking about real life testimonies of people who are in this business and where they started, where they are, and where they are thriving to get to. I believe if we do a lot of this, people will get encouraged to know how best they can push themselves. Move yourself from that comfort space, guys. Push yourself out of that comfort space and tell yourself, I want to do something new. I want to learn something new. I just want to be out there to really see how these things work. Give yourself a chance to test systems that work. And why not? I'll be here to help you. Feel free to send me a message if you probably get to watch this live streaming after now. Feel free to have a conversation with me. I would want to help you. Hold your hands and see how well we can do together. So thank you so much for pausing your day or your time, whatever time of the day you're joining from, to just listen to these few minutes of my time with you. We'll be here again. I'll be here again to talk about different things based on requests or based on challenges that people share with me. And we'll all grow a business together at some point. And I believe I'll build a community where people will get to share their experiences and encourage others out there. Thank you again today, and bye. See you in our next episode. Thank you.